Okay, my friends, so since we have our difference data, I should probably name this column, huh? I bet you already did. So we'll type difference post minus pre. Yeah, that's pretty good. Center it up. I deleted all the graphs that you already have in yours. Okay, so we're going to do Pearson's first skewness coefficient right here. I'm going to actually label it Pearson's first skewness coefficient because, holy crap, you can see I have a hard time spelling words anyway. So we're going to have this one here. And you know what? I'm not going to do this one for you, but we can actually have you do Pearson's second skew coefficient down here. All right, we'll center that. And I'll put it right here in G, I guess. Okay, so we're going to take this formula, mean minus mode over standard deviation. We're going to code that into Excel. So equal sign, because we're starting with that. And remember, you can put the formulas for mean, mode, and standard deviation right in another formula. Now, the one thing you have to remember is this mean minus mode up here in the numerator, they're not indicated there, but in order to properly code that, you have to have parentheses around everything in the numerator. And we'll talk a little bit about that as we finish up this formula. So I'm going to do the average of all those numbers minus the mode of all of those numbers. I'm going to close those parentheses off, and then I'm going to hit divided by the standard deviation of all of those numbers. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter on this just so you can see what the skew value is, and it's positive. And I'm going to ask you what that means in a second. But if you don't have the parentheses around, there we go, you end up with a very different number. And that's because when you have a fraction like you do here in Pearson's first skewness coefficient, and also the second one, although the second one you can see parentheses in, if you don't type parentheses around that numerator, it's only going to divide the thing connected to the fraction bars. So if you look at this formula real closely, that fraction bar right there, if without parentheses around the numerator, you're only going to be dividing the mode by the standard deviation. You need to tell the computer to divide the entire difference, which is where those parentheses come from. It's a little hard to see, but the parentheses get color-coded a little bit in Excel. So you can see that those are black parentheses, whereas the ones inside are red. Excel added that feature a few years ago to help you keep track of parentheses. Okay, read on, friends.